everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights 2, Mysteries of Westgate. Last episode we went and completed one more quest for Obed, retrieving a statue. We didn't actually learn anything aside from getting another vision. Very strange one. Now, well, we got a messenger asking us to go into the tower. So let's go into the tower and see who wishes to speak with us. It is good that you have come, my lord. If you would be so kind as to proceed down this hallway, you will reach the office where my employer awaits. Thank you, messenger. You are welcome, my lord. Farewell. Indeed. Onwards. That one's locked. There's a noble. This must be the door. Pentacle Bleth.
I am Pentacle Bleth. Close the door and follow me. You and I have much to discuss.
Okay, everyone get in, please. Everyone get in. I said everyone. I'll close the door for you, but it appears we're going to a secret room. Well, everyone's here.
We'll be able to speak freely here. As you'll have noted, Westgate is a place where one must be constantly alert of unwelcome attention. I am, myself, not unfamiliar with how the game is played. I know of you and the mask. Don't bother with the whys or hows. Suffice to say that House Bleth is not lacking eyes and ears about the city. Your goals are the same as mine. We both wish to uncover the night masks, and in doing so, rid ourselves of a troubling problem.
Why should I trust you?
I requested that you meet me here in private. Does that speak of a person who wishes you harm? Rest assured that if I desired to do you ill, I have the resources and the means to have done so already.
What do you know of the mask?
I know enough. You've been asking about the mask ever since you set foot in Westgate. It haunts your dreams, forces its visions into your waking consciousness. One of my agents reported you collapsing near the docks. I can help you.
Tell me about your problem with the night masks.
That's not a concern of yours. All I will say is that the night masks have their dirty fingers in many different pots, some of them too close to House Bleth. I wish to see them exposed, to destroy their power base in the city.
Alright, just tell me what I need to do.
I have long suspected that the night masks are involved in more than the day-to-day illegal activities one hears of in Westgate. An opportunity has arisen to learn exactly what these activities are. A ship by the name of the Dark Dahlia is anchored a small distance from harbor. It reputes to be a legitimate merchant ship, but it's hardly a secret that it is operated by the night masks. Officially, it hasn't docked due to an unconfirmed disease on board. I know better. The regular harbor master has gone missing, and a new one has arrived in his place. I assume he is not under the pay of the night masks, and thus, when the Dark Dahlia docks, he will insist on checking the cargo. The ship holds something important. I want you to find out what it is.
What's in it for me?
If you want to rid yourself of your mask, you have no choice but to help me. I alone have the influence and resources to help you uncover the cure for the curse. In addition, I will reward you generously. You can be sure of that.
How will I reach an anchored ship?
That's not my concern. I will reward you handsomely in gold and help you with your curse, but I deal only in results. You must find the means. You have connections in the city, do you not? I suggest you use them.
Very well. I'll do it.
Good. Your first obstacle will be finding out how to reach the Dark Dahlia. I'm sure an adventurer such as you can find a way. In the meantime, I shall begin finding out what I can about your cursed mask. Return to me when you have discovered what it is the ship holds.
I'll do what I can. So, if we speak to our companions...
Well met.
What did the Night Mask do to you? Tell me more about Sword Lane. Attempted to reclaim it. I guess we can't actually continue any of this. Alright. Renara, can you actually
I think I
unlock
deserve an
this?
extra share of the loot for this.
I have a feeling the answer is no. Yep, the answer
Follow
is no.
me, now.
Alright, let's get out of here. Figure out how to get into a docked ship. I can't believe it. Who could have done such a thing? Can you believe it? Someone actually stole the chalice! Must be the Nightmasts, I say. They're the only ones with the skill to pull off that kind of job. What chalice? The prized chalice for solving the riddle. You mean you've never heard? You're not from around here, are you? No, I'm not, so please explain. As I said, rumor has it that the chalice has been stolen from the council headquarters here, but the case it was in was so heavily locked and trapped that it hardly seems possible. The chalice was one of the big attractions of the council headquarters, along with the knot, but they've had to close the exhibit down, obviously. It's a shame, really. My niece is coming into town in a 10-day, and I was looking for something to amuse her. Now what do? The blinking Nightmasts ruin everything around here. Not that I'm complaining, of course. I love the Nightmasts. I need to get back to work. Good luck with whatever it is you do. Huh. I'm sorry, sir, but the knot exhibit is closed until further notice. The Council of Guilds regrets whatever inconvenience this may cause you. We are doing our best to see that the exhibit is down for as short a time as possible. Good day. I understand something was stolen from here. I cannot comment on internal council business. If there is any announcement to be made, the council will do so through official channels. What's going on? The knot exhibit is closed. The Council of Guilds regrets whatever inconvenience this may cause you. We are doing our best to see that the exhibit is down for as short a time as possible. Good day. Can I help? There is nothing to help with. We at the council headquarters are doing our best to see that the exhibit is down for as short a time as possible. Okay, good day then. Just a second. Lean in close so no one can hear. Yes, like so. Say, you look like the adventuring sort, right? I am. I see. Then come right this way, sir. Please, everyone stand back while the, cleaning crew comes through. Nothing out of the ordinary here, you see. Please, everyone stand back and disperse. We must announce that the knot exhibit is temporarily closed until further notice. The council regrets whatever inconvenience this may cause you. Good day. Right this way, sir. What are you doing here? The exhibit is closed. Closed, I tell you! Or did my assistant send you in here? Yes, she did. You look like just the type of person we need. That was quite smart of her. Industrious woman. She'll go far, though not too far, I hope. Anyway, I need your help, sir, and I'm willing to pay. The council has authorized a prize of 1,500 gold for anyone who can make our situation right. It is a princely sum, I'm sure you'll agree. Depends on the task, but let's hear it. Very well. I need you to find my chalice. Sorry, I'm under a lot of stress. You see, I'm 10 days from retirement, and now this. I'll be excoriated in the history books. Oh, gods, why me? Why now? Snap out of it, man! Oh, sorry, forgive me. I'm trying my best to calm down, really I am, but this has confounded me. But let me start at the beginning. The big ball in the corner of the room is the fabled knot of Shu Lung. Have you heard of it? Yes, I have. The knot of Shu Lung is an artifact from Karator made of unknown material and supposedly unable to be untied. The Eastern Magi claim the knot is a god's attempt to confound the petty minds of mortals and demonstrate their innate superiority. Oh, good. Then I can go on. The Council of Guilds, we are called the COG for short, had a chalice commissioned some years ago by the Jewelers and Miners Guilds. We placed it in a case as a prize to whomever could solve the riddle of the knot. The chalice was so ornate and so beautifully crafted that in time it became as big a draw as did the knot. Between the two of them, we had quite a little exhibit, but now that has been ruined. Someone has stolen the chalice from its case. Of course, the case was locked and heavily trapped. Nevertheless, all of our defenses have been thwarted. Even more amazing is that the case appears to be untouched. All the traps remain untripped, and yet the chalice is gone. Most odd of all, however, is what was placed in the case. A paper covered with what looked to be some garbled symbols. I guess it's a code or language of some kind, but I'm totally baffled as to what it is. Where is this paper now? It's still in the case. As I said, all of the traps are still active, so there's no way I'm going to even try to get in there. What have you done since discovering all this? I've contacted the City Watch, but they brushed me off, saying they were too busy with violent criminals to bother with a mere theft. I contacted the Church of Lathander, but was told only that poverty is good for the soul. Tell that to the Church of Lathander, who was paying me in order to secure them a freaking statue. Yeah, everyone's but theirs. I know that paper is involved somehow, as if the thief is playing a big game with us, so I sent for a local wizard to come decipher it for me, but she has only said she'll come when she can. I'm up against the wall. At this point, I'm willing to pay anyone who can return the chalice to its case. How much are you paying again? The Council has authorized emergency funds in the amount of 1,500 gold pieces. Could buy a small kingdom for that, but the chalice is worth it to us. 1,500 can't buy a small kingdom. 1,500 can barely buy a medium-strength magical item. Very well, I'll help you. Oh, thank all the gods. Unfortunately, I have little aid to give you, except I'd start with the paper in the case. Good luck making sense of it, but it simply has to be the key. I'm sure. Last counter, shop counter. And here's the knot. This knot is a twisting mass of cords as thick as your arm, made from some strange material that is entirely alien to you. Oh, that's a thing. Shop counter? This stand sells a variety of knickknacks about the knot and the stolen chalice. This case lies empty except for a single note full of scribbled symbols carefully placed within the case for all to see. Examine the note. You can see that the note is actually written in Androsphinx of all tongues. Slowly transcribe the symbols. "'Twill be no common fare if thou seekest my lair. First root out and follow the trail of the dead, feet soaked in violence leave foul stains in red. Once the door you have found an iron menace have slain, proceed forward, O reader, one last test doth remain. The final door shall be passed based on your mental strength. The keys lie on the floor, the order defined by their length. But if the chalice you seek, you're by no means alone. It lies in plain sight, a mere mockery of stone." Huh. Interesting. Feet soaked in violence and foul stains of red. That sounds familiar. And iron menace have slain an iron golem. Oh, great. Final door based on mental strength. Keys lie on the floor, order defined by their length. And if the chalice you seek lies in plain sight, a mere mockery of stone. Well, let's mention it to him. I had determined that the letter is written in Androsphinx. Androsphinx? Who in all of Faerun writes a letter in Androsphinx? Maybe a sphinx. And the poem. A riddle of some kind, almost as if the thief wanted us to find him. Or her. Some of the wording in that second stanza seems to imply blood, though I don't see any around here. Still, I know that Mintas the Magnificent has a shop nearby, and he sells some kinds of blood potions. Perhaps that's a good place to start. Or maybe a good dog might be able to follow trace amounts of blood, though who knows where you'd find one. I would only ask that you follow this up and let me know what you find. Well, I know where I'd be able to find a dog. Examine the door. Upon closer examination, you notice that the bottom corner of the door has a small smear of dried blood. Ooh. Interesting. Anyway, let's move on. Again, I know where we could find a dog, but I'm pretty sure it's, Excuse me, most gracious lord. I beg you, lend an ear for but a moment or two. Your most humble servant, Maza de Vrali, has an opportunity you may find of great interest. What is it? I am a representative of the most celebrated gladiatorial enterprise, the Quivering Thumb. Benevolent Kalim has decreed that the arena is open once more, and has sent out the call for worthy competitors. Hey! I was wondering about that. Why, even as I saw you exit the tower, I knew you had the makings of greatness. Mazar, I thought to myself, you are looking at the next champion of the Quivering Thumb. Benevolent Kalim would love another gladiator such as you. Who's Benevolent Kalim? Benevolent Kalim is the most, benevolent master of the Quivering Thumb Enterprise. All the way from Unther we have traveled, intent on bringing the greatest spectacle in Faerun to the fair citizens of Westgate. Where can I find the Quivering Thumb? Where else but in the Arena District? Here, allow your humble servant, Mazar Diwali, to mark the exact location on your map. I'd love to participate. Most excellent, yes, most excellent indeed. To whet your appetite for the games, allow me to read you a list of names, those who have already signed on to compete. Leading the individual competition is the mysterious figure known only as the Twilight Knight. Behind him is the powerful wizard Mavon. The veteran warrior Dorn Karstag is climbing the rankings quickly, however, and may soon challenge the mage. Dorn. I know that name, although I never hope to hear it again. I pray to Ishtar that you deign to grace the Quivering Thumb with your presence. If so, I beg that you tell Benevolent Kalim that your most humble servant Mazar Diwali sent you. A most pleasant day to you, my lord. Indeed. We will definitely go out to that. But for now, we still have to deal with this. Let's see, I hope that merchant has the protection of the night mass. Without it, she's going to get robbed blind. She keeps smiling at passers-by, each time taking her eye off the inventory. Go on, then, show me how you do it. Do what? You know what I'm talking about, Ripper. Show me how you rob someone. I want to see this with my own eyes. Yes, let's hear about your technique, Renara. Stealing wasn't my specialty. I was a collector. I went around collecting protection money, debts, that sort of thing. If I were going to steal something, I'd have to use my wits. I'm not a talented pickpocket. So, even in this, you lack courage. You must, else you would not need to rely on obfuscation. But you still have yet to give me an example. How would you rob that merchant, for instance? Well, first off, I'd need a partner who is good with their hands. As I said, that's not my strength. I'd be the one planning the operation and distracting the mark. I'd probably present myself as a proper citizen and accidentally step in that dog-do over there. If the mark happened to take pity on me, she might walk away from her stand and offer a rag to wipe it off. Regardless, the scene would distract her long enough for my partner to grab something valuable. You disappoint me, Ripper. What skill is involved in that? Any street urchin could pull off such a stunt. The key is not raising the mark's suspicions. By stepping in the dog-do, I make her think I'm just some hapless twit, incapable of tricking anyone. I'm still not impressed. Even I could come up with a better swindle, and I haven't spent my whole life dealing in deception. I'd honestly be more impressed with this hypothetical partner of yours if they could actually steal the item, despite such a crude distraction. Well, it does help to have a skilled partner, especially when you're worthless at sleight of hand. Still, you're underestimating the cleverness behind this. The less the mark thinks of you, the more she lets your guard down, and therefore the less actual skill it takes to pocket the valuable. Speaking of valuables, you dropped this. My amulet! How did you take it? And when did you take it? Me take it? Didn't I tell you what a poor pickpocket I am? Indeed you did, Ripper. Indeed you did. I can't say our discussion has taught me much about your craft, but it's certainly taught me something about you. Oh, I like that.
Evil beware.
Nice job. Renara, you succeeded. And Sharissa, I'm happy. Alright, so he suggested there may be something in here that could help. Mintas and the Magnificent. Let us speak. Forgive me, sir, but this is not the most magnificent of times. In fact, I'm rather upset and don't really feel like chatting. Unless you're fabulously wealthy and wish to buy something. Or even better, make a donation. What's the matter? Well, actually, perhaps you could help me. You do seem to be an adventurer of sorts. You see, I've lost something. I'm a traveler of the plains, a collector of items from faraway places, and I perform magical research and fun experiments with these reagents. I was in the middle of one such experiment yesterday. I expected the result to be simply delightful, when I accidentally knocked a few of my more expensive reagents from my desk. I do tend to get a tad clumsy when I get nervous. Thank the gods, magnificent specimens that they are, none of the reagents I dropped were damaged. One of them, however, an exquisite enchanted diamond, slipped between the bars of the accursed little grate on the floor of my study in the back room. The grate, I have been told, leads down somewhere below the city. Perhaps to the sewers, or somewhere else. Undergate, perhaps? You have no idea how many things I've dropped down that grate. No idea. I am a wizard of no small power. While I do not fear the denizens of whatever dark place my diamond has fallen into, it is just too much of a bother for me to leave this place unattended, as I'm sure you understand. But I simply must recover that diamond. I'd be willing to attempt to recover your diamond. Would you? Brilliant! Grand! Splendid! I had hoped that you would say so, sir. I have plenty of gold with which to reward you, and I would be willing to throw in something special to make it worth your while. But please, do try to go quickly. I hunger to finish this experiment, and it pains me to think of that spectacular diamond in the hands of some horrid monster in the sewers, or in Undergate. Oh, one last thing before you go. Quite often some repulsive scents will waft up through the small vent in my study. Having spent a great deal of time around various creatures, I can confidently say that there must be trolls living in the place where the diamond has fallen. Huh. So keep your eyes, ears, and nose peeled for trolls beneath Westgate, my friend. Oh, how I yearn to have that diamond returned. Indeed. While I'm here, I'm interested in purchasing something somewhat rare, actually. Would you happen to have a blood-revealing potion for sale? A blood-revealing potion, you say? Why, as a matter of fact, I do. Today's your lucky day, sir. I'm down to my last one. I'd be willing to sell it to you for the modest sum of 100 gold pieces. I'll take it. A pleasure doing business with you, sir. Simply a pleasure. Very cheap and very useful. Thank you very much. Let's put this into the bag. And I do kind of want to see if there's anything you have that I'd like to buy. Anti-magic cloak. There's some spell resistance, which is interesting, but I don't need that. Various boots. Got braces of dexterity. Gauntlets of ogre power. Actually, that would be fairly good. A way to get more attack? Of course, it would be great. Better than the bracers of dexterity, actually. I don't care about Jack's Folly. Mantle of Kosuth. Just fire resistance. Mintassen's miraculous bracers. AC bonus and bonus hit points. Fairly good. Weapons, nothing I want. Okay, he's got a ton of spell scrolls that I don't need. A couple of rings and the like. Amulet of the Wolf? Summon creature, no thank you. Some interesting things here. And a couple things here. I think we had read this. Yes, we had. Chime of opening would be interesting, but no. Okay. We don't have a belt. What's the displacer beast hide do? Displacement. But God, is it expensive. The gauntlets of ogre power. You know what? I'll buy those. It's fine. We have the money to spare. And the braces of dexterity, you can have that.
An extra share of the loot for this.
Follow me.
Is there any rings that I want, maybe? Ring of Clear Thought. That is intelligence bonus. Nobody needs that. Fortitude, protection, resistance.
If you need something looted, I'm your woman.
You've already got the deflection bonus, so you wouldn't use that.
I'm leading. I think
You've
already
also got that. Although a +2 ring of protection would help a bit. Actually, any boots We've got hardiness for con and AC. Actually, that's pretty damn good.
I am certain.
Better than boots of striding. But I'll hold back on that. Reflexes, striding, sun soul.
Absolutely.
You know what? You don't have a ring.
Evil
You don't have a ring or a
I am in
cloak.
charge now.
I mean, you are pretty good at what
My
you're
steels
protected
are
on.
leading
Everyone's
away.
wearing full plate, but you.
need something
Now that
looted,
I
I'm your
now that I
woman.
look at this. What's the belt of agility again? Dexterity and freedom of movement. That's incredibly good and incredibly expensive. Excuse me.
Direct me.
You know, I don't think it would be a bad idea giving you lesser gauntlets of ogre power. It's cheap. We can afford it. A little benefit would help out. Don't think there's anything else I want. Those braces would be useful, but no. Alright, I think we're good. So we have a bunch of quests now. I think I'm going to have to end this episode here, but I think the first quest we'll do will be focusing on completing the one we happen to have here. To see if we can find this this item, this chalice. I wonder if the chalice is in the palace. Well, if so, I imagine there's a flagon owned by a dragon. Probably a vessel containing a pestle somewhere. Anyway, we'll continue the investigation in the next episode, because this one has gone on long enough. Till then, I'm Chestrick44, that is Aloith Naraken, damn it, Renara, Mantides, and Sharissa Mernos. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights 2, Mysteries of Westgate, and I shall see you all next time.